Good morning, everybody. This is our art video for Wednesday, September 9th. We are going to be doing some art today in the style of Wassily Kandinsky. So I'm going to show you some of this. So you could tell he was still really a kid at heart when he did his art. He used lots of color, lots of line. This is one of his famous ones, believe it or not. It's called Circles. Let's see. A couple smaller ones on the back, and you can see he just really liked to play with his canvas and his colors, right? So we would call him a modern artist. And today we're going to do something similar to the concentric circles. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to need a pencil. So I'm going to draw an outline of something. So I'm going to use my pencil. I am going to use my black marker. You got markers in the big bag of stuff from the district? If not, let us know. So I'm going to use my black marker. And then the pastels, right, that you got on Saturday. So the first thing I'm going to do, right, I'm also going to use one of my white pieces of paper. All right, so I'm going to move this down so you can see. So we're not going to make circles. We're actually going to draw a shape. Now it's September and it's coming on fall, and one of the things you see a lot in the fall are apples. And I'm not going to draw a small one. I'm going to draw a nice big one. So when I draw an apple, it's almost like starting a circle. So I come around. I can make it a little bumpy on the bottom. Then I come back around and I kind of meet in the middle. Right? And so the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a stem on here, and I'll make a little leaf. So the stem and the leaf, we're going to make the usual colors, but everything else is going to be different. So again, you can pause this video anytime you need to. So then I'm just going to trace carefully with my marker just to kind of make it a very specific outline. And don't worry about getting outside the lines with your pastels if it happens, because oops, I need to focus on my tracing there. We can just cut these out and put these on different pieces, different colors of paper. And there's my leaf. So we're going to use pastels. It can be messy. They get on your hands. You don't want to get it on your clothes. The other thing is when we're using pastels, and I'm going to show you on the side, if I make a mark here, right, and then I drag my hand across it, it's going to end, I'm going to smudge it, which sometimes looks cool, and we'll do some of that this year, but then you're going to end up with it here. So as we do this, we want to try and make sure that we are not smudging our hand across. If it's possible, we're going to hold our hand up. So I'm going to start with purple because I just happened to pick it up out of the box, and I'm going to make a nice big line here around the outside. So that's where I'm going to start. And again, don't worry here about getting outside because we'll eventually cut these out. Okay, so nice thick line. Okay. I'm going to go back over it. I don't want a whole lot of white. I'm going to color in some of those extra white spaces and go over this some more. Okay, so there's my purple. Now I'm going to pick a different color, and I'm going to pick a color that's not right next to purple, so not red or blue. So I'm going to pick green, and then I'm going to do my next one. And you'll notice it'll merge a little bit when you're coloring next to the purple. You might end up with some green purple, and that's fine. So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of different colors for my apple. So parents, for those of you that know Western art, we'll be using our pastels again to draw some Western themed things later in the year. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing I did before, which is I'm not going to, green is usually in between purple and blue, so I'm going to take orange this time. So I'm just going to do some kind of contrasting colors, and I'm going to color. And notice my hand's off, right? I've got my elbow resting here so that I can not drag my hand across the apple. So we'll do this, and you'll end up with 7 or 8 lines of color right inside your apple, nice and bright and cheery. Now if I wanted, I could make this one like a really thick line, so I can do an outline, right? If I want to make this one thicker, just to make it look interesting, because we had 2 thin lines, so maybe orange is going to be a thicker line, or maybe you have a whole bunch of thick lines and make one thin. All right. So you'll go all the way into the middle. I don't want to take up all your time with you watching me draw. The last thing we're going to do though at the end is we're going to take our brown, and we're actually going to color our stem brown. Right, there we go. And we will color our leaf green. Those are the only 2 things that are probably going to look like a traditional apple. The rest of it's going to be very colorful. Okay, so when you're done, right, you can take a picture and show me, right, or you can show me tomorrow in our read aloud. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.